Okay, in this movie, I want to look at the dock and the system preferences, the equivalent of the taskbar and the control panel on the PC. When you'll find when you get your Mac home, you'll see that Apple loaded up a bunch of applications on your dock. Now we don't need to keep these here, and we'll get rid of them later because there's no reason to waste real estate. But I just want to let you know, quickly go over what they are. Over here, starting from the left, we have the Finder. The Finder is the most important program on the Mac. It holds all your files and it lets you get to all your files. It has a bunch of different views, and it's a really nice thing. The equivalent on a PC is called Windows Explorer, and it's what you see whenever you open any file. The next thing is called the dashboard. The dashboard is a when you click on it, you'll see that these little handy little, they're called widgets, descend onto the screen, and they let you do useful little things. There's a calculator here and so forth, and you can add a lot of different widgets to this dashboard. You can add a Google widget and so forth, and then when you have the dashboard descend, you can start using them. For me, the dashboard's not that important because there's so many different ways to get things done in a Mac, and you'll probably notice that the dashboard for me is not that great. Some people love it, and it's easy to see how you could love it. Windows Vista has something called the sidebar, which is sort of a dashboard knockoff. I don't think it's nearly as good, but that's the dashboard. You may fall in love with it. Next thing is the mail program. That's a mail client like Outlook. I think it's a very good one. It's feature rich. I use it all the time. I've used Outlook 2003, 2007, and the Microsoft Office for Mac version called Entourage. And I think that the Apple Mail program right out of the box is better than all of them. Then we have Safari, which is the web browser. That's a fantastic web browser. It's one of the fastest and slickest out there. Safari 4 just came out in the beta, and it's got some really visually stunning effects. The way it deals with bookmarks and history is really cool, and it's really fast and a very slick browser. iChat is a chat application. You can do a lot of great things with that. If other people who have a Mac, you can do video chat, and even share documents and have video conferences with people very, very simply. It's about as hard as sending an email. iChat is something that we'll go over separately. The address book is, well, an address book. It's a contact manager. It works with the mail program, and it also works with iCal, which is the calendar program. Together, address book, iCal, and mail have they work together, and they basically do what Outlook does. Even though they're separate, they work together, and in my view, they're much easier to use. They are feature rich, and they form the basis of a lot of the workflows that I'll be going over later in the series. This is the preview application. This is what actually a pretty powerful little thing. It's good for reading. It'll let you look at PDFs even if you don't have Acrobat Reader. It's good for looking at photos. You can also do a lot of things with the photos as well. You can crop them. You can recolor them. You can do a lot of graphics based stuff. It's a powerful little thing. For most lawyers, it's probably not terribly relevant, but if you're into graphics in any way, then it's there and it's nice. Of course, everyone knows about iTunes. There's no point in going over that. iPhoto is a nice application to deal with photos and so forth, and it integrates really well with what's called Mobile Me to have online galleries, and I'll go over that as well. While Mobile Me is great for a lot of things, iPhoto, sharing photographs with family and friends and so forth, is one of them. It's not really central to the idea of working in the law office, but it's a nice little thing, a nice little add-on. iMovie is sort of like a entry-level video editing program. GarageBand is a entry-level application to deal with audio and so forth and mixing and things like that. The new iLife 09 that came out recently has the GarageBand, comes with lessons taught by famous musicians to give instructions on the guitar and piano. I think that's pretty cool if you're looking to learn an instrument. Your Mac will come with lessons for you. Spaces over here is a multiple desktop application, and it allows you to set up to 16 different desktops. There's been some research that there's it's not it, more screen space is is helps productivity. I guess Apple read that, and what they did was they made it possible to have multiple desktops set up on your computer, so you can switch between them, drag stuff between them. It's really neat. And it really cleans up the clutter. And we'll go over that separately, probably in the next movie. Time Machine is a backup application. Absolutely fantastic. Easy, very easy to use. It's literally you turn a switch from off to on, and it just backs everything up automatically. And using it is really cool to look at, and we'll go over that in the next movie. The system preferences is the equivalent of the control panel on a PC, and we'll go ahead and look at that now. This right here is iShowU HD Pro. It's what I use to make these screencasts, and I'll probably do a movie on that and show you how to do that. It's really not difficult to make a screencast. But anyway, we'll click on System Preferences and take a quick look at that. You'll notice that there's far less going on in System Preferences than there is in the control panel on a PC. They're very easy to use. They're very simple to use. One of the first things you're probably going to want to do is go into keyboard and mouse and get your keyboard set up and your mouse set up the right way. The way that you're probably familiar with is a left and a right click. You can, even though the Mighty Mouse, what it's called now on the Mac, looks like it only has one button, it actually senses a right and a left click, and that's what the secondary button is. And the rest of it is it has a bunch of different things that you can do with it. And what I always do is increase the tracking speed, because this is just too slow. I like the mouse to jump around a little faster than that, and that's one of the things I do. That's a personal preference, but it's all in there, and they are, they're all kind of right there, and they're easy to see. That's what I like about one of the things I like about the Mac. I think it's great for people who just want to get work done. There's a few preferences. There's a few things to change if you want to. They're good choices, and basically whatever you do works well, and you don't have to go nuts trying to figure out what is going on. And in the next one, we'll actually take a look at changing some of this stuff, getting rid of some of this stuff, and setting things up in a way that I think may really help you in the law office get some work done and really move things forward. So